Okay, if I can certainly beg anything of you, it's that in doing flash photography, you gotta get your speed light off of your camera. The same object defined so many ways. Now, the human face does not have this many facets, but it essentially does. I mean, pock marks, the nose, the eyes, the eyelashes, absolutely everything. Lighting changes everything. It's the reason why the only good outdoor photography, is at the crack of dawn until, depending on where you're at, about 9:30. Even that's too far, and late in the evening. I mean, light defines everything. The quality of the light that defines the characteristic of the same object can be so radically different to change the composition, the mood, the meaning of what it is that you are trying to accomplish. Just get your camera off of, get your flash off of your camera, excuse me. Trying to do three things at once and talk at the same time. So, just experiment. I mean, grab an SC29 flash cable if you can. I mean, just experiment what it means to have flash above, behind, fore and under, back and under, over and above, side and flank up, flank and above. My cable out of the way. Just everything changes the characteristic of what you want to do. This is important in everything, from macro photography, portrait photography. I mean, obviously it's not really applicable to landscape photography unless you're doing night painting, light painting. But just understand what it means to get your flash. Angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. Okay? We're not living in flatland here, with two-dimensional objects. Even with two-dimensional objects, you're drastically changing the characteristic of what it is depending on the texture that it actually has. So just experiment. Get your speed light off your camera. Just understand what it means and how radically things change by getting your speed light off of your camera. If that means buying cheap Chinese triggers and, putting them on a light stand 15 yards away, it doesn't have to be an SC29 flash cable. But for doing street photography, macro photography, having one of the SC29s, or if it's an old flash, all you really need, instead of SC29 used like new is $40, new I think they're $65 or $70. If you got an older flash that can't do TTL metering, then an SC17, which is half as much money, will work equally as well. I mean, many of you have bought cheap SB22 and 23 speed lights. It doesn't have to be a $550 SB910 like I just got done using. It may be SB800, 700, 800, 900. It doesn't have to be a 910, but just realize what the character of light means so far as how it is attacking your subject, and what sort of texture and depth that it gives. It changes everything radically. The wrong lighting, like a fisheye lens can make the most gorgeous woman in the world look like a dog, and the wrong lighting can make your cute little baby look like a monster, okay? Or it could just make it flat and boring. I mean, it's just, you gotta stop seeing with your eyeballs, and you have to start seeing with your mind and knowing what your speed light can do. You gotta get it off your camera. You've just got to. I mean, you've spent so much money on lenses. I mean, a lot of you spent a lot of money on lenses. And, more than a few of you, understandably, but regrettably, have asked, well, what's the ultimate use in me buying this bloody cable? Well, your lenses can only do so much, and your camera can only do so much. And that speed light cable can do a lot. And when it comes to modding your light, to give definition and depth and texture to the composition and nature of the subject as you're shooting, whether it's macro photography or portraiture,
it's immeasurable. So it is a must buy. I mean, I've said it before, I gotta say again, the cable is a must buy. If you're going to use wireless triggers for, if you said, well, the cable only goes so far, you know, it's a coiled cable. This is true. So if you're going to use remote triggers, that's fine too. Just get the speed light off the camera, okay? You get it off the camera. The only place that a speed light is properly sitting on the hot shoe at the top of your camera is photojournalistic work, okay? That's really one of the very few places that it's appropriate to have it there. Really it is. The hot shoe should be looked as not a speed light location spot, but a spot for locating a remote trigger or a coiled flash cable. So you got to look at your hot shoe a different way. Okay, unless you're a photojournalist or one of a few other things where you need to have your speed light on top of your hot shoe, your speed light really never belongs where people think it belongs. It doesn't belong on your hot shoe. It belongs somewhere else. That's really the best way to describe it. Okay? Your speed light, this is my new motto. Your speed light doesn't belong on the top of your camera. Well, that's where it's meant to go. Yeah, but no. No, it's not. It's not meant to go there. Not if you want really good pictures. It's just not, okay? If you understand that, you'll be worlds ahead of everybody else, or most everybody else. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. If you like this video, drop me a buck or two to go tell me to jump off the cliff or to lose weight or whatever the heck you want.